hope you enjoy.
Sailors come to the drum out of Babylon. Hobby horses foam, the dumb sky rhinoceros glum. Watch the courses of the breakers rocking horses, and with Gaucis Lady Venus on the settee of the horsehair sea, where Lord Tennyson and Laurels rode a Gloria free. In a borealic iceberg came Victoria. She knew Prince Albert's tall memorial took the colors of the floral and the borealic iceberg. Floating on they see, knew arisen Madame Venus, for whose sake from far came the fat and sea-bird emperor from Zanzibar, where the golden bouquets lay for Asia, Africa, Cathao lay before that shady lady by the fibroid Shah. Captain Fracas, stout as any water butt, came, stood with Sir Bacchus, both a drinking the black tarred grape's blood, plucked among the tartan leafage by the fairy wind, whose griefage could not wither like a squirrel nut with a gold star nut. Queen Victoria, sitting shocked upon the rocking horse of a wave, said to the laureate, "This minx, of course, is sharp as any lynx, and blacker deeper than the drink, quite as hot as any Hottentot without remorse. For the minx," said she, "and the drinks you can see are hot as any Hottentot, not the goods for me." Early springtime after their tea, through the young fields of the springing Bohea, Jemima, Jocasta, Dinah, and Deb walked with their father, Sir Joshua Jebb, and Admiral Red, whose only notion a butterfly poised on a pig-tailed ocean is of the peruqued sea, whose swell breaks on the flowerless rocks of hell. Under the thin trees Deb and Dinah, Jemima, Jocasta walked, and finer their black hair seemed flat sleek to see than the young and creamy, the springing Bohea. Their cheeks were like nutmeg flowers when swells the rain into foolish silver bells. They said, if the door you would only slam, or if, Papa, you would once say damn, instead of merely roaring avast or boldly invoking the nautical blast. We should now stand in the street of hell, watching siesta shutters that fell with a noise like amber softly sliding. Our moonlight glances through these gliding would see at her table, preened and set, Marina sitting at her toilette, with eyelids closed as soft as the breeze that flows from gold flowers on the incense trees. The Admiral said you could never call. I assure you it would not do at all. She gets down from table without saying please, forgets her prayers and to cross her T's. In short, her scandalous reputation has shocked the whole of the hellish nation, and every turban chinoiserie with whom we should sip our black Bohea would stretch out her simian fingers to scratch you, my dears, like a mandolin. For hell is just as properly proper as Greenwich or as Bath or Joppa. What are you staring at, mariner man? Wrinkled as sea sand and old as the sea. Those trains will run over their tails if they can, snorting and sporting like porpoises. Flee! The burly, the whirligig wheels of the train, as round as the world and as large again, running half the way over to Babylon, down through fields of clover to gay Troy town, up-puffing their smoke as gray as the curl on my forehead, as wrinkled as sands of the sea. But what can that matter to you, my girl? And what can that matter to me? Long steel grass, the white soldiers pass. The light is braying like an ass. See the tall Spanish jade, with hair black as nightshade, worn as a cockade. Flee! Her eyes gasconade, and her gowns parade, as stiff as a brigade. Tee-hee. The hard and braying light is zebraed black and white. It will take away the slight and free. Tinge of the mouth organ sound, oyster stole notes oozing round her flounces as they sweep the ground. The trumpet and the drum and the martial cornet come to make the people dumb, but we won't wait for Slyfoot night, moonlight watered, milk white bright, to make clear the declaration of our Paphian vocation beside the castanetted sea, where stalks il Capitanio, swaggered braggadocio, sword and mustachio. He is green as a cassada, and his hair is an armada. To the jade, come kiss me harder, he called across the battlements, as she heard our voices thin and shrill as the steely grasses thrill, or the sound of the onika when the folk has the peak in the palace of the Queen Chinese. Trellises of the heat Dolores, Inez, Manusha, Isabel, Lucia, mock time that flies. Lovely bird, will you stay and sing, flirting your sheened wing, peck with your beak and cling to our balconies. They flirt their fans flaunting. Oh, silence enchanting as music, then slanting their eyes. Like gilded or emerald grapes, they take mantillas capes, hiding their simian shapes. Sighs each lady, our spa deal is done. Dance the quadrille from Hell's Towers to Seville. Surprise their siesta, Dolores said. Through gilded trellises of the heat spangles, pelt down through the tangles of bellflowers. Each dangles her castanets. Shutters fall while the heat mutters, with sounds like a mandolin or tinkle tambourine. Ladies, time dies. When Don Pasquito arrived at the seaside, where the donkey's high tide braid, he saw the bandito Joe in a black cape, whose slack shape waved like the sea. Thetis wrote a treatise noting me to silver like the sea. The lovely cheetah, sweet as foam, Marauders noticed as she will steal the wheat king's luggage like Babel before the League of Nations grew. So Joe put the luggage and the label in the pocket of Flo the kangaroo. Through trees like rich hotels that bode of dreamless ease fled she, carrying the load and goading the road through the marine scene to the sea. Don Pasquito, your bride, is eloping with her luggage though heavy and large. You must follow and leave your moping and bride to my guidance and charge. When Don Pasquito returned from the road's end, where vanilla-colored ladies ride, from Sevilla his mantilla bride and young friend were forgetting their mentor and guide. For the lady and her friend from Latuque, in the very shady trees upon the sand, were plucking a white satin bouquet of foam, while the sand's brassy band blared in the wind. Don Pasquito hid where the leaves drip with sweet, but a word stung him like a mosquito, for what they hear they repeat. Jumbo asleep, gray leaves thick-furred as his ears keep conversations blurred. Thicker than hide is the trumpeting water, Don Pasquito's bride and his youngest daughter. Watch the leaves elephantine gray. What is it grieves in the torrid day? Is it the animal world that snores, harsh and inimical in sleepy pores? And why should the spined flowers, red as a soldier, make Don Pasquito seem still molding?